Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Refugee to Industrial Regent, Season 2. Well, it's time for another round of improvement on that tree farm over in Petrola. I've gone ahead and crafted myself some more wood, iron, and gold structural upgrades. I've also got some pistons. I've got some obsidian that I crafted earlier, and that's going to make these void upgrades, which will delete excess added items once the barrel is full. Because the full barrels in Petrola seem to be giving me fits. And I've also got one more barrel for one other thing I'd like to get sorted out. Let me go ahead and grab, let me think here, get that sorted out. Yeah, how about some opaque item ducts? Those will work. Alright, it is sunrise, so it should be safe. I still haven't completely finished securing the rail route to Petrola yet. I mean, I've got a start, and I can show you that start on the way to Petrola. Just as soon as I get to the train station. I have plans to build a subway system in Byzantium this stage. I probably ought to get started on that. Anyway, leaving Byzantium through the trees. It's a fairly straightforward departure with the sun behind me, as opposed to glaring right in my face. Yeah. Of course, Odessa's over there, which will be the main focus of this episode. I just need to sort something out in Petrola first. Yes, that village still there. I still don't think there's any villagers left in it. And frankly, I'm not going to bother to find out. Digging a tree. Not entirely certain how pigs get up into these trees, even if they are dead trees. Alright, now we go through a modest straight section through 3 biomes, and at the end you can actually see the very early stages of my effort to secure the rail line, and shortly you'll see the problem with that first effort to secure it. Namely, it seems to steal a fair bit of speed from me, so that I'm not at full blast going into the next booster. It's the same story going the other way. But yeah, obviously the booster setup will need to be adjusted somewhat in order for all of this to work. But I'm not too worried about it at this point. I know I could plausibly try to get a jetpack. I'll have to check. It may be feasible to make a jetpack this stage. Now we descend into the pass and through the secure section that is, I think, a bit better constructed. You'll also note that I've put sandstone half slabs on that portion of the Icy Hills biome. Well, at least that small section of the Icy Hills biome has sandstone half slabs in it. The rest, of course, needs a bit of work. And now we are back in Petrola. And back in this tree farm for the 4th time this season. Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. Alright. But first things first, I'm going to go ahead and set that barrel up. I do wish I had some charcoal, but oh well. Alright. And now what I can do, not that, like so, and then give it a structural upgrade. That's going to allow it to store 256 stacks of charcoal. Then, let me think. What I need over here is 1, 2, 3, and 4 there. And then for the iron upgrades, 3 and 4. And then the gold upgrades, and every one of these barrels will get a gold upgrade. And finally, there should be enough room in each and every one of these barrels for this void upgrade. Et voila! Now, what's going to happen is that if there are any excess items that go into any of these barrels, and the barrels are already full, the items will simply get deleted. And that's okay by me. In fact, it's already starting to have the desired effect. We're already starting to see, well, it still looks like it's clogged, but they are starting to become unclogged a bit. Now, we should, with any luck, see some, whatchamacallums. Yeah, hopefully there will be some wood making their way into these furnaces soon. Well, that's interesting. I have no way of knowing where the wood's actually going. Wait. No, one furnace did get wood. So we will shortly be starting to generate some charcoal, which means that furnace will start to generate power again. And this entire system should pretty much declog at this point. And the void upgrades, well, let me explain why I didn't put a void upgrade on this particular barrel. The short answer is because I don't need it. You see, if this gets clogged up, of course, that means all 5 of these are filled up. And then what happens is these 3 will backlog the output and then the input. And then what's going to happen is that their inputs, once these get filled up, they're going to see that there's no way to go here, so they're going to go down that dense item duct over into these barrels and get destroyed, which is exactly the behavior I want. That said, it looks like it is going to take a bit of time before these redstone furnaces get completely filled up. Well, now that I think about it, yeah, okay, that's where the rest of the wood's going, into the coke ovens. I guess those got emptied out as well. Fair enough. So it's going to be some time before this part, an incredibly long time actually, before this part of the system becomes backlogged. And I'm actually going to wait until it does, and then return. Having sorted things out at the tree farm in Petrola, again, and I get the sinking feeling I'm going to be there at least once more this season on camera, and I know I'll be there off camera at the end of this episode. I did check, and the barrel with the charcoal is already full. You don't want to know how much time has passed between the last segment and this one. So I've got that barrel full of charcoal, and the system is not clogged up. It is still running, which is good. But now that I got the tree farm sorted out, it's time for this episode's real project. And it's actually going to be 2 projects, but one of them is going to be major, the other is somewhat more minor. And I'm going to start by crafting the breeder from Minecraft Reloaded. It's not the cheapest machine out there. It requires some purple dye. I don't know if I have a flower on hand that I would need to craft it. Let's see. Stuff. Let's see, wildflowers. And what color dye do they make? They make magenta. That's not what I want. Violets. They do make the purple dye. Good. So I do have the purple dye here. I need 2 of those. I need a redstone reception coil, which is gold and 2 redstone. So let's go ahead and grab that. And yes, I did do some mining off camera between the last segment and this one as well. Alright, let's get the redstone reception coil. Now we'll go ahead and put the recipe as I build it up in this crafting station, then use this one for the crafting of interim components. Alright. Next up are these plastic sheets, and they're pretty easy to make. 4 raw plastic gives 4 plastic sheets. Hold on a minute. The recipe's over here. There we go. I need a machine frame, which is 1 gold, 4 iron, and I don't know if I have the glass to pull it off. Well, let's see if this thickened glass will work. It may not. I'm actually kind of hoping it does. Just because if it does work, I have an infinite source of this thickened glass. Hey, it actually does work. That works for me. Alright. Now I need 2 golden carrots, which is a carrot surrounded by gold nuggets. But I don't want to take those. So I'll go ahead and craft those into gold nuggets. Put the 2 excess in there. And I should have a couple of carrots in here, yes. And I'll also go ahead and grab an apple because, as you saw, the last ingredient is a golden apple, which is apple surrounded by 8 gold ingots. So I want to go ahead and grab the gold ingots for that. Alright, now over here I can go ahead and craft myself my 2 golden carrots and the golden apple. Now the golden carrots on the side, the golden apple on top, and I get the breeder. The next machine I will need is the grinder, and that's a slightly simpler recipe. Let's start by getting the machine frame and the reception coil. So 2 gold, 4 iron, 2 redstone, 4 thickened glass. Making my way over here. Go and put the gold in the middle. There's the reception coil. And there's the machine frame. And I'll pick that clipboard up shortly. Let's go ahead and mark the breeder as being finished. Alright. Next components are these tin gears, which are 4 tin ingots around an iron ingot. So that's the easiest way of making them anyway. So 8 tin, 2 iron. And I'm also going to want to go ahead and grab the stuff for that Invar sword. So where is my Invar? Do I have Invar? I might not. What if I don't? Either I don't have Invar or it's not where I expect it to be. Let me check these chests over here. No. 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 I get the singing feeling I have no Invar. Yeah, I'm out of Invar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and grab a ferrous ore. Hold on a minute. 2. Then 4. Is it 2 to 1? I think it's 2 to 1 in the smeltery. Might as well make my way over to where my smeltery is, because I'm going to need it here. There we go. Alright. So that's all in there. And while I'm over here, I might as well go ahead and use this crafting table over here. That's set up. And there's my 2 tin gears. Now what else do I need? Okay, the plastic sheets and the books. So the Invar sword is the end of it. It's going to take that a minute. Might as well go back to the workshop. I've got a couple other things I'll need to craft anyway. Alright, back in my workshop. after a bit of a jog. Let me go ahead and get what I have sorted out. And then I'm going to go ahead and move on to the conveyor belts. And for those, just need redstone, iron, and these rubber bars. Now, in case you're wondering how I got the rubber bars and the raw plastic, one of the products of the tree farm in Petrola is raw rubber. You smelt the raw rubber to get the rubber bars. You smelt the rubber bars to get raw plastic, and combining the plastic together gives you the plastic sheets. I'm going to go ahead and grab 8 redstone and 4 iron. I'm going to go ahead and use this crafting table because it's not occupied. Et voila! And there's a full stack of conveyor belts, which I will need for this. So I want to go ahead and mark the conveyor belts off. Trap doors, I don't think are too hard to craft. I'll go ahead and grab some oak wood. And then going into here, there we go. 20 trapdoors, 5 more than I need, I think. Although I could plausibly get away with, you know what, I'll go with it. I will go with it. Alright. So let's go ahead and check off the trapdoors. Now I could go to the ranchers, but I think I want to see how the Invar is doing right now before I actually get into the ranchers, which are the last machines I will need for today's build. Alright, and we have 6 ingots of Invar. I only actually need 2, but 6 will work for the moment. And let me go ahead and grab my 2. I'll empty that out off camera. I was thinking about whether to empty it out on camera. I think I'm going to empty it out off camera. So now back to the workshop. Hop on top of the input chest. I'm going to go ahead and grab a stick. And the books, I think, are in the miscellaneous stuff area. Let me look here. I do need 2. There we go. There's my 2 books. So go ahead and use this crafting table. There's the Invar sword. And now I can actually craft the grinder. And now, no, I think it's the rancher I want. Yes, there we go. Alright, so we need 4 of those. So 4 opaque fluid ducts. Check. Alright, 8 plastic sheets. Check. Let's see, 4 redstone reception coils. There we go, there's materials for the reception coils. And check. 4 machine frames. Shouldn't be too hard to pull off. Wait a minute. Oh, the iron's in here. There we go. Grab the hardened glass out of here. Not the hardened glass, the thickened glass. Why do I keep calling that hardened glass? Hardened glass is something completely different. There we go. 4 machine frames. Check. And I need 8 tin ingots and 8 pairs of shears. So, grab the iron for the shears. Go ahead and grab my tin. So, check on the tin. And check on the shears. Rancher number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, and that's all of the machinery I should need for this, for my farms in Odessas, for the time being. Do I want a planter harvester combo? I can set that up off camera. I really only need the planter harvester to keep the breeder stocked with wheat. And I think I've got enough to keep the breeder going for a good while. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have enough pipes and whatnot. I'm going to have to do some crafting on the pipe front. I shall return. Alright. I'm actually going to go ahead and begin, well, this one project I've been talking about this episode is technically 2 projects, but I'm not going to make much hay of that. I am going to start out, now this part of the project is the cow farm, and it's basically going to be on 2 levels. I'm going to build the lower level first. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start with this back area here. Alright, let me go ahead and grab a couple of leadstone energy conduits to run underneath so that we can get power to the grinder. And then an item duct out the back will serve that job quite nicely. And actually, I believe there's, well, I suppose what I could do is just craft a chest if I wanted to. I'll see if I have enough materials for that. Alright. Now, the next stage is this area here. Now, the grinder has a kill zone of 5 by 5 by 5. So, it's going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right to the edge of this cobblestone. And then up 2 and down 2, I believe, from where it's at. So, the only cows that are going to get killed are the cows that make their way over here. Now, let me go ahead and grab some conveyor belts. With an eye towards actually getting the cows here. I'm going to start with this bit here, and that's going to ensure that any cow that ends up here goes here. Unfortunately, conveyor belts do not carry players in this version of Minecraft Reloaded. I don't know if it's supposed to not carry players, or if there's some config setting that's set so that doesn't carry players. I don't know. Alright. But anyway, what I'm going to do next is sort out this area here. Alright. Now, here's the idea. I'm going to go ahead and set this up. So it's going to go 5 like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't want that there. That's 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And then this is where the baby cows are actually going to drop down. But that will become a little bit clearer, I think, once I get the second floor up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and build up some walls in between them so that the lanes don't interfere with each other. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set that up like so. Now, I have 4 lanes coming out of there and 3 going into there. I don't think I necessarily want to try to go 1-to-1. But yeah, I could definitely do that. And then just set this up as walls, as opposed to having it go all the way. I mean, keep in mind what's going to happen is that the cows are going to get here. Some of the cows are going to try to go along here, and then they're going to backtrack, and some of them will likely end up on the central path. And frankly, it doesn't matter much if they do. Alright, let me do a quick lighting check. I want to make sure I have enough lighting in around this. That'll work for the moment. Okay, and a torch there. Alright. Yeah, let me think here. You know what, well, I can always grab a trio of barrels from Byzantium. In fact, I think I will go ahead and use barrels for this. So let me go ahead and put the rest of those item ducts in place. I'll grab some barrels from Byzantium, and also go ahead and finish up this first floor off camera, and then I shall return with the second floor. Alright, the first floor is now officially finished. It is now time to start work on the second floor. And realistically, this is going to be in two parts. The first part is going to be these strips of dirt, which I will be turning into grass, and which will be where the adult cows will stand. The other part is the trapdoors that I crafted earlier, well, the other major component anyway. And these are here to ensure that the adult cows don't fall into the channels underneath. But I tested this in a test world. The baby cows will fall. The adult cows will not. Alright. Now let's get the one machine that I need over here, which is... Actually, I could probably put it here, couldn't I? The problem is, what's underneath this? Oh, it's just wall. So it actually wouldn't be too bad, I don't think. A breeder could go there. As long as I could get power to it and items as well. And frankly, let me think here. Let me go ahead and clean this up just a little bit. There we go, that will have to do. Yeah. This is going to be a little bit interesting. Then again, you know, items are probably going to be coming from that direction anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and set this up, like so. And then I would have, yeah, the leadstone energy conduit going this way. My item ducts would go this way, like so. And heck, I think I've still got my saw on me, don't I? No, I don't. It's not on me, but oh well. I can make do without it for the time being. Well, that's a little bit disconcerting. Not sure I necessarily wanted that right there. But oh well. Let's go ahead and get my leadstone energy conduit out of there. And I'll have to remember to use some covers to cover that up a bit. The other thing I need to do while I have the chance is to actually go ahead and set up ways for the grass to grow up onto the dirt up here. And I'm probably going to come back having A, covered this leadstone energy conduit, B, finished laying this item duct to approximately where I want it to go, and covered up. C, arrange the power out of the grinder, which is somewhere around there. D, built my power station. And E, gotten grass all the way up there. I shall return. Well, I've managed to get the grass into the new cow pen, and it looks like it's just in time, because this is my first visit to the old cow pen in quite a long while, and it goes without saying, the pen is not in great shape. The cow herd is simply not in great shape. But I do have 3 cows. That is, I think, enough. Alright. So let me go ahead and lead the cows through a little temporary staircase that I built to get them into the cow pen. I might have just lost a cow. Drat. Well, I may have to do some manual breeding, just to get the herd back up before I can even begin, to actually make this cow farm do what I want it to do. Alright. At least I'm within range. Alright. Cows are now starting to climb up here. Alright. There we go. And now they will drop down here. I will go ahead and reward them with a couple of wheat. Make my escape down one of the trapdoors. Run along out here. Now I should be able to close this off with a degree of safety. Yeah, let's see here. Am I missing something? Oh. Yes, I am. I'm missing the fact that the materials I was looking for were up there. Okay. Well, now what I can do is close that off. Like so. Go ahead and finish that off. I'm one oak wood plank short at the moment, but that's fine. I can go ahead and start the process of deleting this temporary structure that I used to get the cows into the pen. Go ahead and get the last components of that roof sorted out. Et voila. Now, I did take the liberty of getting a chest set up on the other side of this farm here. Yeah. Alright, so that's that sorted out. I probably used the Matic to go ahead and take care of the rest of that. I would say I should have left an opening so I can get up there to open the trapdoors. I might go ahead and set up a little observation platform back here. Let's see, centered is here. So let's go like so. Alright, looks like I'm getting rid of that. Yeah, and that as well. Alright. Yeah, and then let's go ahead and set that like so. And go ahead and just clean this out the rest of the way to minimize the risk of somebody falling off the wall. Now I do have to sort out the power to this, but I'll go ahead and do that off camera. I'm also going to go ahead and just show you where I'm going to set the ranchers. Because what the ranchers are going to do is they're going to let me get wool from the sheep. They're going to allow me to auto-shear the sheep. Alright, if I can get that out of the way. Please tell me my crescent hammer can turn this. Oh, it can. Excellent. Alright. Yeah, so one there. One in this pen, which is supposed to have yellow sheep in it. It is, for whatever reason, empty. I seem to be having something of a problem keeping animals alive. As you can see with the cow pen. It might just be a matter that I haven't done anything with them in quite a long time. Alright, let me get at least the last rancher into place. Off camera, I will be getting everything set up. I'm also going to show you what I'm going to do for my power. Let me actually go ahead and get that sorted out so I can get in here. Let me at least get the basic setup done. I'm going to start by setting up 2 leadstone energy cells here and here. Leadstone energy conduit is going to run like so. Actually, no, I don't want that to run like that. I want that to run like that. Yeah. And then, rather than making proper whatchamacallums, rather than making steam dynamos, as I would typically do, I didn't really want to go to the trouble of having to set up a water system and whatnot, so I simply set up a pair of Stirling engines. And that engine got misplaced. Oh, criminally. And I can't rotate it. Well, let's go ahead and delete the 2 engines, then. Yeah, might as well set them one apart. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect that from that energy cell, because that energy cell goes nowhere at the moment. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw some... Oh crap, I forgot I need a source of redstone, don't I? Well, I can probably do something, whip up something real quick here. There we go, a lever. And there we go, and now we're starting to get some... Okay, we're supposed to be getting some power going into here. I'm not sure what's happening. I don't like the look of that. Okay, this may not work. I'll have to come up with something different. I'll get it sorted out off camera, and I will return next episode. See you next time, everybody.